Hi, I'm Paul from the Studio Rats. Last week during our live Q&A session that we do every Wednesday at 8 PM GMT, someone mentioned about the Boss Katana Sneaky amps pack. Now, I've never heard of the Boss Katana Sneaky amps pack, but thankfully John Russell, thanks John, sent me through the pack and I played through them. Now, to be honest, I think the majority of the tones that are available in the Sneaky amp pack are not actually as good as the sounds that are built into the Boss Katana, all apart from one tone, which is the matchless amp tone. What I'm going to do in this video is to take that matchless amp tone and turn it into a usable preset. So let's get to it. So here are all the Sneaky amp presets that you can get. Now you can download these on the internet. It's quite simple to find. Now I was sent these, so I'm not going to leave a link in the notes because just in case there's any copyright issues. So I've gone through all of these sounds. To be honest, there's a lot of stuff that I find quite unusable, but there's a couple of really good ones. And what I'm going to concentrate on today is this match drive. So what I'm going to do is click on that. I'm going to copy that into this patch here on my Katana. And let's go to the editor. Now, you'll find that when you download these patches and you go through them, because there's no effects on them, because there's no EQ and because there's no compression, they all sound quite uninspiring. But as a tone, this is really usable. And you can hear it because it's got a bit of character. It's not like the other Katana clean sounds where they're quite pristine clean. This has got a tiny bit of grit in the background. So let's edit that patch to make it sound great. The first thing we're going to do is to add some reverb. So let's go over to our reverb patch. Let's switch on the reverb. Now, as you can see, the effects level is on 0. Now, we're on the spring setting, but let's just turn it up, go to about 50%. So that's the spring setting. Now, that's quite a natural guitar sounding reverb as we get springs on quite a lot of guitar amps. Now I'm going to click here and I'm going to change it to plate. Now, plate reverb is quite a bright sounding reverb, and I really like the plate inside the Boss Katana. What I'm going to do next is go to the first delay block here, and let's turn that on. Now, as you can see, it says digital here, and the effects level again is on 0. I'm going to change this to pan. Now, the reason why I'm changing this to pan is because if you're using the Boss Katana in the stereo expand mode, or if you plug the Boss Katana via USB into your computer, the delay becomes stereo if you use the pan mode. And as you can hear, it's bouncing from left to right. Let's turn it up a little bit more. Now, we don't want the delays interfering with the guitar signal, so what I'm going to do here is to go to the low cut, and I'm going to bring that back to about 2.5K. As you can now hear, the delays are so much duller and they don't get in the way of the guitar signal. Right, let's just bring back the effects level just so it's usable. So as you can hear there, it's barely noticeable in the background, but it's just giving it that little bit of extra space. The next thing I need to do is to choose my chain. Now, this is where we choose the order of the effects. Now, we need to make sure that chain 2 is switched on, as I want my booster, then my mod, going into the amplifier. I don't want the mod after the amplifier because I'm going to use the mod for a compressor. So let's switch on the mod and let's change this here. Let's go down a little bit and let's choose comp. And I'm going to choose the light comp as I feel that's the best compressor inside the Katana. Right, so far that sounds like this. That's probably a little bit too much compression, so let's just bring back the compression amount. Right, bring back the sustain a bit, turn up the level, and I'm just going to give it a little bit of boost on the top end. The front of the amp now has got a little bit of grit to it. Next, we're going to have a look at the gain stage of the amplifier. So I'm just going to turn up the gain. Just a little bit. The EQ for me is pretty good, but I think it could do with just a little bit of top end. And I think we could do with just a little bit more gain. And a bit more treble. So there we've got a really usable great sounding clean sound. Now, as you can hear, it's got that little bit of grit. And that's going to help us cut through the mix. So there's the clean sound. Now let's add a booster to the front of that sound so we can switch in and out the lead sound. Because we're using this style of amp, you'll find that a lot of the drives probably don't work so well. Now, my favourite drive inside the Katana for using with the standard sort of clean sound that comes in the Katana is this blues drive. But if you turn that on and turn up the drive, it's just a little bit too flubby down the bottom end. So what we're going to do is just to change the model, let's click there. I'm going to choose treble boost. Let's bring back the bottom end, turn up the drive a bit. Let's hear that. So there we've got like a really nice sounding overdriven rhythm sound. Now, if we want more of a lead sound, we can just turn the drive up. Let's turn it up all the way. I'm going to change the guitar over to one with humbuckers to see how that sounds, and I'm going to record a solo over the track that you heard in the intro. Now, unfortunately, I can't put a link to the Sneaky amp pack just in case there is any copyright issues, but it's available all over the internet with a little bit of searching. I'm sure you'll be able to find it very easily. I'm Paul from the Studio Rats. I really hope you guys got something out of that. If you did get something out of it and you want to see more videos from the Studio Rats, make sure that you like and subscribe and click on the bell button and you'll be notified as soon as a new video comes out. I'm Paul and I'll see you next time. Cheers.